Hey, what's going on? I finally got out on the lake today. Um, Still sorting out camera issues. It's been one heck of a, you know, journey. But with all this stuff going on, I really haven't done much. Should be fishing a lot more, but I've done a few trips. But I finally got out there for a couple hours down in southern Arizona, actually hitting some lakes, and did pretty well. Caught a couple of nice little largemouth, and then got in some crappie through drop shot and then blade bait. Still throwing my blade bait, which I love, and it's been great. And I should have brought one in, but it was one of those little volt. I think it's a volt Demiki deal. Got that big old eye on it, and it's just a generic blade bait. It seemed, but even at this time of year, it seems to be working pretty good. Water temperatures in the high 60s, and there was a lot of people on the water. Of course, there's a lot of people not doing too much. So they're out there. Everybody's out there. And a lot of campers, which, hey, it's good. You need to get out there. People can't be just sitting inside all the time. So get out there, fish. Just enjoy the day. The weather's great down here. The weather's great up north, too. And I can't wait to get up there to get some of the smallmouth. But what was I going to talk about today? Yeah, so anyway, I'll shoot some little bit of video on here. 'Cause I ran out of storage, actually, so I was filming a little bit out there, and then of course you turn the camera on and film. I was like, oh, I'll just turn this off. I don't want to waste it because I realized I didn't have much camera space. And bam, crappie. Bam, bass. Bam, crappie. So you turn it on and off while you're fighting them. And then I lost one too, trying to get the camera on, but it was a good time. I just ran into a little pot of them. But anyway, I just want to update. Everything's. You need to get out there. Fishing is off the chain now, but there is a lot of people hitting those times where down south is starting to get post spawn. Still a lot of spawners. Up north, we're starting to get that pre spawn and getting spawners. It's going to be amazing here soon for trophy smallmouth. You need to get out there. I'll probably be doing something on. Since some of this was flipping, I wanted to do a video on how I rig up my punching stuff. I mean, I got in some new punch skirts that are pretty awesome. Once the summer gets in, if you're in one of those places where you can do a lot of punching, it's fun. It's a good deal. It's like I don't know, tank fishing. That's like equated to like you're just going into some of the gnarliest stuff in the lake. And throwing some big baits. I'm a I fish a lot of finesse, but I will see. First, I got to go get some smallmouth, which is throwing some suspending stuff, and then I'm waiting on tournaments. Tournaments are all canceled. A lot of them are canceled. I was gonna do a Bass Nation deal, and it's on the verge of getting canceled because the state where it's gonna be at is the tournament's the first week of the month after when they've canceled all the tournaments, but then there's also an indefinite cancellation. And then the one bass stuff, they rescheduled the Clear Lake, but then it's kind of funky because it's summertime, so you only go to 1 o'clock. So I kind of shifted my deposit to the U.S. Open, hoping that I'll just concentrate on that. And that's the type of fish. I mean, Clear Lake's awesome. I'd love to do that, but now where I got laid off from my job, I got to concentrate funds on where they need to go. So we're gonna, go to Lake Mead. And that should be good because the water levels are up, and there seems to be fairly decent snowpack going in Lake Powell, and then which corresponds to Lake Mead doing well. What else is there going on? I'm just ready for topwater too. When you start getting the topwater bite, I'm going to be doing some filming at one of the greatest number lake smallmouth. You're going to see me catching it. We're going to catch so many smallmouth, and hopefully I can take my daughter to do it. You go out there, you throw topwaters all day, and you have a blast. Now, granted, you can catch a 3-4 pounder out there. There's some bigger ones in there. I've seen them. I actually have had one on that spit up. I lost him at the boat, but he spit up like a 6-inch yellow perch, and that goes to show you, they eat those big smallmouth. Eat those perch. They eat a 6-7 inch lure, Cisco, a perch, a bluegill, or whatever, a trout. They will do it. But anyway, this lake primarily is just known for numbers, so you go out there and just have a blast. And I'm talking like you be throwing topwaters on a cliff that's over 100 foot of water, or throwing a sink on, washing it, and they'll come up from underneath the cliff and grab it. It's a lake where you do the inverse of what you normally would do. You look for shallow water around deep water too. So like any kind of shallow, flat, or like a jolt off from the cliffs, or where they've actually manually cut into the mountain and it's created these flats. You look for those little spots. It's a cool lake, and I plan on I'll get everything squared away. I'll do some filming. It's beautiful too. It's amazing. But the smallmouth fishing is just always fun. That's kind of one of my passions. And then you get into there's some good largemouth too. I'm gonna dedicate a little bit. There's a lake up where I'm from that one that has trophy smallmouth, but there are, for that state, the largemouth are off the chain. I really haven't paid attention to them. I went there last year, and I think I had a video on it where I was actually throwing a Tokyo rig and punching through the wood, because when the water level goes up, you start getting flooded backwaters and whatnot. You kind of got a snake in there. Gets real fun. But I was Tokyo rigging like a beaver, which is, I'm probably going to do that again. And you can punch there too. You can throw deep. I mean, a lot of trees, you start getting some vegetation. There's pike in there. That's the other thing. So you got to watch out for that. Well, I guess not watch out, but it's a surprise when you all of a sudden your line not only jumps, but it shoots off like 6 feet because you just set the hook into like a 50-inch pike or something like that, and that thing just gets all gnarly on you. But anyway, keep it short. Get out there, get on the water, because it's great. We're starting to get into that good weather. Or just take the kids out swimming. Go on the boat. And the bluegill are moving up and down south, so get some worms and a bobber. Have some fun. I mean, you can get, and the crappie I was catching like today, the crappie are schooled up on, or at least where I was at, they were schooled up on some, sunken trees in like 20 foot of water. But I could, or they're suspended over that. But I was getting them not on the bottom. So I mean, to me, I was thinking, well, shoot, I should bring my daughter out here and put a worm in a bobber and see what I could do. But the time is now. It's a great time to have the kids out there and do something. And what else do you get to do? I mean, you're still in quarantine for a little while longer. Anyway, I'm gonna throw on some of that video, what was left of it, and or what I got, and then I think the next one you might see, I might go do one more lake down here in Arizona, and I want to make sure that I got it, because this lake is on fire right now. Make sure I got my camera set up and got enough storage, because the lake is on fire. You could get a 10-pounder. Other than that, you'll see me up north slaying. I'm looking for a 5+ pound smallmouth. I want to break the 6 mark. Hopefully I didn't miss it because the weather's turning. The best one is right when you get that, right when it sustains up and above 52-degree water temperature up there. Bam, they're up there. Anyway. First cast. Blade bait strikes again. Look at the crop. Look at that crop. You don't even care.